OpenCV 5 just dropped, the first major update to the world's biggest vision library in almost 8 years, and the headline is genuinely absurd. OpenCV can now run large language models natively. The library you reached for to blur a webcam feed or find edges now runs a chatbot. Let that sink in. Quick context. The last big version, OpenCV 4, landed back in 2018. In AI years, that is a geological era. And in those years, vision quietly became deep learning, while OpenCV's own AI support fell behind. So the team did the terrifying thing. They ripped out the deep learning engine and rebuilt it from scratch. The old engine understood about 23% of modern AI models. The new one handles over 80%. That is the gap between an unsupported layer crash and your model just loading and running. And here is the kicker. On a plain CPU, it now beats ONNX Runtime on a whole pile of real models. This is a massive release. Let us walk through everything that changed and everything it breaks. Start with that engine, because it is the whole story. In OpenCV 4, deep learning was bolted on the side. It worked for simple networks, but the second you loaded a modern model, you hit a wall of missing operations. The rebuild is a proper inference runtime. It is graph-based, with real shape inference, constant folding, dynamic shapes, and control flow, the branches and loops that today's models actually rely on. And the migration is clever. There are 3 engines inside. The new one runs first. If it can't load your model, it silently falls back to the classic engine. You can also route straight to ONNX Runtime when you want. Now the part 1 did not see coming. On CPU, the new engine is not just competitive, it wins. Benchmarked against ONNX Runtime on an Intel i9, X-Feet ran 31% faster, Level 2 was 37% faster, and by RefNet, a background remover, was 32% faster. And these are not cherry-picked wins. Across the whole suite, MobileNet, ResNet, YOLO, Vision Transformers, all the way up to the giant SAM2 encoder, OpenCV trades blows with ONNX Runtime instead of trailing it, and it is not one lucky chip. On an Apple M1, OpenCV's YOLO 8 finished in 41 milliseconds against ONNX Runtime's 54. On AMD, a Vision Transformer ran nearly twice as fast. This engine is legitimately good. Under the hood, it handles quantized models directly and fuses attention using flash attention style tricks. That is the kind of engineering you expect from a dedicated AI framework, not a vision library. One honest catch, and it is a real one. The new engine is CPU only for now. GPU support, CUDA and Tensor RT is on the roadmap for later in the 5X line. Need the GPU today? You force the classic engine, but raw CPU speed is not why this release is everywhere right now. This is. OpenCV can run language models and vision language models, start to finish on its own, and on its own is the important part. It ships a built-in tokenizer, so there is no extra Python dependency. It has a KV cache for fast generation. The attention layers, the decode loop, all of it lives inside OpenCV. And these are not toy models. It runs QN 2.5. It runs Google's Gemma 3 and PolyGemma. It runs GPT family models. Inside the thing you installed to resize images. Here's the demo that got me. You feed it a photo of a footballer on a pitch and ask what it sees. OpenCV answers, in plain English, the best football players in the world. No PyTorch, no server, just OpenCV. And this is not a rough approximation. The team reports the output matches ONNX Runtime token for token on the same prompt. It is the real model running, not a watered-down port of it. And it is not buried in some internal test either. The VLM demo ships in the repo as a complete, runnable script. You clone it, point it at an image, and it talks back. For a vision library, that is genuinely wild. And since they clearly were not sleeping, they added generative vision too. Llama inpainting to erase objects out of a photo, plus a diffusion-based inpainting pipeline in OpenCV. I am still adjusting to that sentence. Okay, huge new powers. Now the part that will actually touch your codebase, because to make room, they finally took out the trash and some of it was load-bearing. The original C API is gone, fully deleted. Every CV create mat, every CV find contours, the old CV mat struct removed. That interface is over 20 years old, and version 5 finally closes the book on it. C++ 17 is now the minimum standard. Python 2 support is deleted for good. It is Python 3.6 and newer only. And if you have battled NumPy deprecation warnings for years, NumPy 2 is finally supported. Entire modules moved out. The Graph API and the classic machine learning module were pushed into OpenCV Contribute. For traditional ML, the docs now literally point you at scikit-learn instead. OpenVX support was dropped entirely. And that giant bloated Calib 3D module, the one everyone complained about, got split into 4 focus modules: geometry, calibration, stereo, and point clouds. Your imports will change, but the code finally makes sense. The features module got the biggest glow up. Alongside the classics like Shift and ORB, it now ships deep learning detectors, LLM and disk, and LightGlue, an attention-based matcher that lines up 2 images with confidence scores, and LightGlue is clever about it. On an easy image pair, it bails out after 3 layers in about 17 milliseconds. On a hard one, it thinks longer, going 8 layers deep. It spends effort only where the scene is actually difficult. The old face and pedestrian detectors, Har Cascades and Hog, got moved to Contrib because deep learning detectors are now both faster and more accurate. And the old flan search got a modern replacement in Annoy. Then there is a whole layer of changes that will never trend but quietly make everything better. Start with something as basic as number types. OpenCV finally has first-class FP16 and BF16, the half-precision floats that are the native currency of modern AI, living directly inside a CV submo. It also added real booleans and 64-bit integers. The manual conversion dance is over. It also learned to think in tensors. There is proper support for one-dimensional and even scalar arrays now with broadcasting. Sounds dull, until you remember every model you glue OpenCV to speaks exactly that language. My favorite quiet feature is the new hardware acceleration layer. You write the same OpenCV code you always have, and underneath it automatically dispatches to the fastest kernel for your specific chip. Intel IPP on x86, ARM's Clyde DCV on your phone, Qualcomm FastCV on Snapdragon's DSP, RISC-V vector extensions on the new boards. You write it once, and it quietly runs faster on every platform. The raw performance jumped too, up to 2 times faster on math-heavy work, and 3 to 4 times faster on ARM for things like resizing. The whole low-level intrinsics layer was rebuilt to version 2. Even the boring image operations got love. Warping and remapping are anywhere from 10% to over 300% faster, and contour finding got a brand new algorithm, cheekily named TRUCO, that leaves the old fine contours in the dust, and drawing text on an image finally grew up. There is a real true type renderer with an embedded font now, so you can put proper Unicode labels on a frame, though complex scripts like Arabic and color emoji still are not there yet. If you work in 3D or robotics, the calibration story alone might sell the upgrade. Multi-camera calibration now happens in a single call, point cloud and mesh files load natively, and depth fusion is built right in. Robust estimation got smarter too. The USA framework, with modern methods like MagSac, is now the default for things like homography, so your reconstructions hold up better on noisy, real-world data. And all those small, efficient vision models OpenCV ships? They now live on Hugging Face in ONNX format, so you can pull them from anywhere or use them in other frameworks entirely. They cleaned up the outside too. Roughly half the old C++ samples were deleted or rewritten, and the documentation moved to a modern site, persistent navigation, instant search, dark mode. Small thing, big daily quality of life win. Zoom out and the scale is wild. This is a library with around 1 million installs every single day and nearly 90,000 GitHub stars. A change this big ripples across a huge chunk of the software world. So should you upgrade? If you use the DNN module, yes, but test it first. The auto engine makes the switch painless, and the reward is running models you flat out could not run before. And honestly, the whole story is a little poetic. OpenCV helped kick off the computer vision era, then drifted while deep learning sprinted ahead. Version 5 is it lacing up and chasing the pack down and mostly catching them. One folder, one library that now does classical vision, deep learning, and language models on your CPU. If this was useful, subscribe. Cloud Codes breaks down the tools that change how you build.